Oh, I see it too. I see it on my screen where it says live. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're working now. Okay, so Miss Ebony, thank you for joining me. My name is Lowry Manders, and I got to know you when you were leading some yoga sessions for all the educators at Momentous Institute seminar in the fall. And every now and then we would stand up and stretch and do some breathing with you, and it was a great break, and you were so inspiring. And so when we were in line for lunch, I got your phone number from you. So, getting to connect with you, and you were telling me that you're in Puerto Rico.
I am in Puerto Rico.
Okay, tell us what you're doing there.
Nothing.
Well, good, but you have a little room to move around
as little as possible. Well, nothing like outside of you know, what it is that we already do. So it's just super excited just to be able to do things virtually, you know. So we're still teaching our classes on a daily basis or whatever. We're just doing it from Puerto Rico.
Wow. Do you have family in Puerto Rico?
No, my husband has an uncle in Puerto Rico. Okay. So I guess, yeah, I should, yes. Yeah, that would be the right answer.
And when you're home, are you usually in Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in Dallas, Texas, born and raised.
Yes. And your studio is in South Dallas or Oak Cliff, or where is it?
So we are a mobile studio.
Okay.
So Yogandahood started by making wellness accessible to everybody. And so how the first way we started doing that is just taking yoga to where communities are. You know, a lot of times there are yoga studios that are not accessible in certain communities, especially communities of color. And if we're talking about Dallas, anything over 75 on the other side. Yoga studios just started to pop up maybe like last year around that time, but so we just started taking yoga to people. So we started doing it in parks, and then it was from parks to recreation centers, to churches, to schools, like wherever they'll let us, you know, come in and teach yoga, because I think that's a big part of making things accessible, is that people can be able to get there. And what better way to get there if we bring it to you? And so I say all that to say that, no, we don't have like a brick and mortar, okay, you know, yoga.
Well, I think that's wonderful. How did you get involved in yoga in the first place?
So like I said, I'm born and raised Dallas, Texas, Oak Cliff, that's my hood. During my childhood, you know, I had, it wasn't the worst of childhoods, but I definitely had some traumatic experiences that happened to me. At the age of 9, I was molested by a neighbor of mine. And so at that time, people weren't talking about trauma or how to deal with it or anything like that. And for me, it came out as me, you know, really acting out in school, and which led to me getting suspended and always in ISS, which I like to call baby jail, but they call it in-house suspension. And so that's just kind of how I grew up. I graduated from high school and I went to college. I got put out of college 2 times. I found myself at 29, you know, just married to this guy I only knew a month, and I found out I was pregnant. So the only thing I knew about being pregnant is that I wanted to have a natural childbirth because I saw Ricky Lake do it on a documentary. So I found a doula, and my doula was like, you know what, you have to practice yoga because yoga is going to help to prepare your body. And so I was like, you know what, Black people don't practice yoga. And, you know, it just, everything around the subject of yoga and wellness just helps solidify, you know, those ideas that I already had. Like nothing in social media and magazines, you know, was a representation of me being well, you know. And so I found a yoga studio. It was like 24 miles away from my house. I went inside this yoga studio and the lady was like, ma'am, this is a yoga studio. I was like, no shit, I came to buy donuts. Like, I know it's a yoga studio. But, you know, it was still one of the most transformative experiences I've ever had, because when I stepped on the mat, it was just really one of the first times that I feel like I was reintroduced to myself. Like, you know, it was the first time that I was connecting to myself, I feel like, since I was a child. And, you know, in that, it just helped me begin to cultivate another mindset, you know? Like, your thoughts are so powerful. And, you know, if you change your thoughts, you can change the world around you. And, you know, that's one of the most powerful things that yoga has taught me thus far. And it just began to, you know, help me heal myself. You know, like, I feel like we're always looking for something outside of us, like just to swoop down and make everything better. But we have everything that we need inside of us, you know, to be well, to be great, you know, to be what it is that our heart desires. And so, you know, for that, that's what yoga, you know, has brought to me and continues to bring to me. And that's why it's just so important for me to share that, especially in communities of color, especially in under-resourced communities, because it's always this feeling of like loss, of like, you know, disparity, of like, you know, this lack of like human right, you know? Like, I know that sounds weird, but it's the truth. Like, it's a lack of literal human right.
Yeah.
Like, we have a right to be well. And, you know, and everything around us is saying that that's not the truth. Thank you. So awesome.
Yeah, I saw that as part of your mission for Yoga in the Hood, is that wellness is a human right. And I love that. I think that is so important, that the human right. Oh, good, somebody's taking care of you. Got to drink your water. That's good.
Yeah.
So I love that. And for me, I discovered yoga after I had babies. So that's interesting. I discovered it during some postpartum depression after after I had a toddler and a baby. And it was that for me, like you were saying, it was the one escape I had where I could slow down and listen to my brain and feel my feelings. And sometimes I would just lay there and cry.
Exactly. That's the best yoga. Just lie there and just, it's the best.
Yeah. So I watched I watched something yesterday with a yoga instructor of color who was saying that she doesn't think of it so much as a place to quiet your mind, but to allow those feelings to engage with them, and for you to show up for the feelings that are there.
And that's so important. That is well said. And I know, like, in communities of color, like, that is not a thing. Like, it is not a thing for you to, it's not a luxury for you to be afforded to wear your emotions and your feelings on your sleeve, you know, and that just comes from generation and generation of oppression. Like even my mother's generation, you know, it is embedded in them that they have to be strong, that they cannot show emotion, that they cannot break no matter what. And that is just so not true. Like, and then you spend your life breaking inside and hurting in this, you know, and so it's so important for us to continue to do that work, you know, to show people that it's okay, you know, to be vulnerable is to be strong. Like, one of the most strong and fearless things I've ever done is to become vulnerable.
Wow, that's powerful. Yeah. And did you continue in that studio where you started, or did you just decide to take it and make it your own?
No, I didn't really. The thing about it was I went to that studio, and then you know how they do 30 days for $30 because yoga is hell expensive. And so I would just hop from studio to studio. doing the 30 days for $30 until I ran out of it.
That's a great idea. And
then studios to go to.
It.
Yeah, and I ran out of studios to go to, and I started like cleaning up in the studio, like to barter it, which was even worse because then it was like I was just like this black fixture in the studio, you know, and people, you know, were very rude about it, you know, and so that's when I was just like, you know, screw that, I'm just gonna start doing yoga at my house, you know, just creating my own space because, you know, who wants to be confronted with that when you're trying to, you know, do your best to be the greatest version of yourself.
Wow. I'm so sorry that happened. Do you feel like things are any different now if you were to walk into a yoga studio today?
Me personally, yes, because but for a lot of, you know, my counterparts, for a lot of people of color, it's still like that.
Yeah.
You know, I've had the opportunities to be in some of the most amazing arena of yogis, some of the best quote unquote yogis in the world. And so now it's kind of like I'm showing up in that space to be the token one. And so they can check things off the list like, okay, we have somebody who's black, and we have somebody who's plus size, and we have a woman. Check, check, check.
Oh my goodness.
So now it's kind of
that it's possible for everyone.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a fake nice, you know, it's kind of like, oh yeah, oh, she's here.
So our group that we started, this Lake Highlands area moms group, and so we're very diverse and have grown only in the last couple of weeks from me. It was started with me to now over 1,200 people in the community of different colors and backgrounds wanting to fight racism, you know, propelled by George Floyd's death and police brutality, and to come together side by side virtually with our neighbors and stand with them. So this week it's been, I tell you what, and you're probably feeling this too in your own work. It's been exhausting and emotional to face these issues head on and to and to have the conversations. And it feels that way to me, and I'm white, and I'm not someone who's been living with the trauma every time it happens as a person of color. So we wanted this week to kind of focus on how to reach out and take care of ourselves and each other in this community when we're trying to do this work. And maybe you can say something about just why it's important to take a little bit of time to feed ourselves for the work we're doing.
I'll give you a couple of different things. It's kind of like when you're doing this work, like this heart work, like this giving work, like this healing work, it's kind of like you set out to go and feed the homeless for Thanksgiving. And you cook all this wonderful food and you leave it out overnight because you fell asleep. And so then it spoils. And then you still decide to go feed it to people and they're not hungry anymore, but they're sick. And so that's kind of the same thing as you running on empty, trying to help other people. Like you cannot help other people from an empty space. You have to help people from that which runs over. You have to fill your cup up so much so and then give from that space that runs over. You cannot give from an empty cup because then what you're trying to do and what your heart is in the right place to do, you know, it won't turn out how you want it to because you're not taking care of yourself. The better you love yourself, the better you can love everyone else around you. Like it is very vital. And what loving yourself looks like is different across everybody's facet. Like it's different from me from day to day. It could be anything from me practicing yoga or a guided meditation or me just, you know, I love to get my nails done, you know, like whatever it is that you do to love on yourself, make sure you do that take some time out to do that on a daily basis. If you have time to help yourself, then you definitely have time. I mean, if you have time to help other people, you definitely have time to help yourself. Like it is paramount. Like you cannot do this work without it, because then your offerings become toxic, and I've been in that space of trying to give something I did not have to give.
I love the way you said that. So if we're taking time to help others, we have to take a little time for ourselves first. That's so good. And whether that's just taking a walk or a swim or doing a guided meditation, and there's so much stuff accessible right now on
so much
web or for listening to, and yoga. Do you have any yoga online that we could do on anytime we wanted to?
Yes, so we have virtual classes, Facebook virtual Yogandahood, where we have all kind of classes, not even yoga and guided meditations, but we have like Zumba, we have kickboxing, we have full body workouts, we have like strength and core, like all kind of crazy, stuff that people can just get into to help them be well. And we kind of created that space. If you're looking to practice with me personally, like it's tomorrow, July 1st. That's so crazy. Starting tomorrow, if you visit www.yogandahood.com, then you can sign up for our live streaming classes. And you can catch me live there via Zoom on those schedules.
I'll make sure to put the link here. So thank you so much for that invitation. I wanted to say a couple more things, and then we'll do a little bit of yoga. You were reminding me, we talk about food deserts and deserts in areas of color in Oak Cliff and South Dallas, and I never thought about like a wellness desert, a yoga desert, and what other kind of services are there that you feel people of color are not getting that we need to bring to their community?
Everything. I mean, and I say that in the literal sense, like, just think about when you go to the fair, right? When you go to the fair and you're driving through South Dallas, like, it's literally nothing but fast food restaurants. Like, and then it's very few of those. And everything is dilapidated around it. Yet they bring the fair in every year to this community, and they arrest all the people that are on the streets, just for this period of time to make millions of dollars, literally. But there are people over there who don't have good education. There are not good schools in South Dallas. There are not good grocery stores in South Dallas. There are not any wellness centers in South Dallas. There's one like clinic. It's one like Parkland clinic. Oh no, but they closed that down because it used to be by St. Philip's, and it's not even there anymore. And so we're talking about a disparity of everything around, everything that is well, but there's liquor stores on every corner. And, there are drugs accessible on every corner. And the police drive through these neighborhoods all the time, and do nothing about that. So it's just a lack of literal well-being, like overall well-being, and the fact that it's a human right, that we have the right to be well, to have access to everything that people have that live in Lake Highland. We should have access to that in the southern sector of Dallas.
Amen to that, sister. So you should have clean air, healthy food,
right,
clean water, good schools, clinics to go to, rec centers, quality after school childcare, all those things. Thank you so much for doing your part to bring it to them. We'll see how we'll see how we can keep helping you and partner with you as we go forward.
I would greatly appreciate that.
You're awesome. So now last time I was with you, you did something with a drummer.
I did.
Maybe someday when we can all be together again, we'll have a big drum circle or do something like that.
That would be super cool. That's my husband Xavier, the one who just walked past, who gave me the water. So yes, he is definitely a drummer. We're doing some drumming sessions here in Puerto Rico, so that's going to be super cool. I'll make sure to get you the link so you can share it so people can hop on with us and do some yoga to some live drums. That'll be super cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I will let you lead us and I'll just start enjoying, you know, a relaxing session with you. You take it away, do whatever you want with us.
Okay, cool beans. So we're gonna start in a seated position. Let's start crisscross applesauce. And we'll make sure that we're winding down for tonight, so we won't do any headstands. So you just rock from side to side, remove your flesh out from underneath you, and rest your hands palms down to get rid of any negative energy you may be experiencing. And then we'll just start by rolling the shoulders or rolling the neck one way. Just circling chin, reaching up towards the ceiling and then down to the chest. And then we'll do it the other way. And then when you're ready, we'll roll the shoulders forward. And then backwards. And then when you're ready, we'll just find some stillness. And I invite you to close your eyes, but if that doesn't feel comfortable, maybe you'll take your gaze down towards your lap. We'll just take a moment just to begin to notice. Notice where you're seated. Notice where your hands rest upon your lap. Notice yourself breathing in and out. Like on the inhale, how your stomach fills up and your navel reaches out in front of you. And then on the exhale, as your stomach contracts and your navel reaches for your spine, take a moment to realize that you are alive. And then I invite you to take a moment to think of something that you're grateful for. There's so many things and spaces and people and opportunities to be grateful for. Maybe you're grateful for the fact that you woke up this morning, or the food that you ate, or the clothes on your back, or the roof over your head, the car that you drive, the opportunities that you're provided, the love that surrounds you. What do you find yourself grateful for today? For gratitude is truly the right attitude. It's truly the path to more. To be grateful for what you have is to be grateful for what's to come. Today's mantra or words of affirmation, if you choose to use, is inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful. when you're ready, we'll begin to bring movement into the body. On the next inhale, you'll lift your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, you'll take them down towards the mat. We're moving with the breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. 3 more times, just like that. The breath is one of the most powerful tools we can use to relieve stress and anxiety. And when you're ready, we're going to extend our legs out long and turn to the side. Flex your toes towards your face. And on the next inhale, lift your fingertips up. The exhale, forward fold. Reach for your toes, shins, ankles, whatever feels good. This is a beautiful release for the lower back. Awesome for the quads. We'll breathe it out here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your spine to straight. Take your right foot on the inner part of your left thigh. Yeah. And then on the next inhale, lift your fingertips up. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for your right toes, shins, ankles, whatever feels good. You're going to twist your torso towards your left leg. Maybe your forehead comes close to your knee. But if it doesn't, it's all good. Whatever works. Maybe if you're feeling a little flexible today, you'll take your right hand on the outside of your left foot. Take your left fingertips back behind you, and we'll come into a twist. Whatever you do, we'll breathe it out. And then we'll bring it back to the center and let's switch it out. We'll take the left foot on the inner part of the right thigh. Flex the toes towards the face. Inhale, lift your fingertips up. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for your toes, shins, ankles. Remember to twist your torso towards your right thigh. Forehead may come close to the knee. Totally not necessary. If you're feeling good, you can take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Twist your right fingertips back behind you. We'll breathe it out. When you're ready, we'll bring it back to the center. Bring your feet together, knees open wide. Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Take your hands to your ankles, or you can give your feet a little massage. That always feels good. Yes. Yes. And when you're ready, you can take your hands to your ankles, and we're gonna take our elbows on the inner part of our knees. Gently press down as you bring your heart forward. And we'll breathe it out here for 3, and 2, and 1. You'll bring your spine to straight. Take your hands on the outside of your knees. Gently bring them inside. Wrap your hands around your kneecaps. Rock from side to side. Give yourself some love. Give yourself a hug. As you rock from side to side, notice this massage on your hips. This is beautiful if you have sciatic nerve issues. And when you're ready, we'll take both knees over to the right. Take your hands out in front of you, and we'll do a few cat-cows. Let me move back so you can see. Spread your fingertips wide, press the ground away from your knees, hip width apart, feet flat on the floor. And on the inhale, we'll drop the belly to lift the chin. Take the exhale to tuck the chin, arch in the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the chin, arch in the back. 3 more rounds, just like that. When you're ready, you'll bring your spine to straight, spread your knees wide, bring your big toes together, sink your hips towards your heels, stretch your arms out in front of your forehead, heart kiss the mat, child's pose, and we'll breathe it out. Think of something else you're grateful for. So many things and spaces and people, opportunities to be grateful for. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful. And when you're ready, you'll come to all fours, hands and knees. Spread your fingertips wide, press the ground away from you. And on the next inhale, you'll take your left fingertips up towards the sky. The exhale, take the left hand under the right underarm pit. We won't stay, we'll keep moving. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. 3 more times, just like that. Last round. Beautiful. We'll bring the left hand down to the mat. We'll go to the other side. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, right hand under the left underarm. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. 2 more times, just like that. Last round. When you're ready, you'll come to all fours. Extend your left leg out long behind you. And then plant your left foot on the floor. And then we'll extend the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. You can hang out right here. Maybe the left hand comes over the head. It's a little side body stretch. And when you're ready, we'll start to make circles. The inhale will lift the fingertips up. Exhale, release. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. 3 more times, just like that. Last round. When you're ready, you'll take your left hand down to the mat, knees hip width apart, press away from the ground, and we'll do a few cat-cows. Inhale, drops the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the chin, arch in the back. 3 more times, moving with your breath. When you're ready, you'll bring your spine to straight. Take the right fingertips up. Oh, wrong. Extend your right leg out. Plant your right foot on the floor. Extend the right arm. You can hang out here. Catch your balance. Maybe right fingertips reach overhead. Either way, we'll start with the breath again. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe your gaze follows your fingertips. The most important part is the breath. 3 more rounds just like that. When you're ready, you'll take your right hand down to the mat. Spread your fingers, your knees wide, big toes together. Sink your hips towards your heels. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Forehead hard, kiss the mat. Child's pose. We'll breathe it out. Do something else you're grateful for. So many things and spaces, people, opportunities to be grateful. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful. you're ready, you'll bring your spine to straight. Take both feet over to the left. Bring your bottom down to the right. We're going to extend our legs out in front of us, and we're going to come down to the mat. Beautiful. Take your arms out into a T shape. Bring your feet to the mat, knees up. We'll inhale here. The next exhale, we'll take both knees over to the right. We'll breathe it out. This pose is beautiful for the digestive system. And make sure you just boom, there we go. Awesome for detoxifying the organs. We'll just breathe it out right here. Allow the day to melt off of us. Any stress, any worries, any fears, any doubts. On the next inhale, you'll bring your knees and head to the center. The exhale takes both knees over to the left. Take the head to the right. Supine twist. We'll let it all go. Any stress, any worries, any fears, any doubts. Anything keeping us from being the greatest version of ourselves. When you're ready, we'll bring the knees back to the center. Extend your legs out long. Arms in a T shape. And then we'll just begin to relax, whatever that means to you. Maybe you'll begin to relax the space in between your eyebrows. And unclench your jaw. Allow the corners of your mouth to shine up towards the ceiling and put a smile on your face. Let your shoulders melt down. Let your arms become heavy. Your palms shine up towards the ceiling in order to catch your blessings, for they are yours to have. Allow your spine to rest where it may. Your hips to be heavy. Your legs. All the way from your thighs to your kneecaps, through your shins and calves, your ankles, even let your feet dangle over to either side. And just begin to notice. Notice yourself breathing in and out. Notice on the inhale as your stomach fills up and your navel reaches up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, as your stomach contracts and your navel reaches for your spine, take a moment to notice that you are alive. Then notice what it is you're thinking about. Whatever it is you're thinking about, it's all good. This is a no judgment zone. But I invite you to take a moment to think about all the people in your life that you're grateful for. All the people in your life that you love and adore.
people that you spend time with and make memories with. Those that if they were not in your life, it would not be the same. And as you begin to recall their names, maybe their faces begin to dance in your imagination, and you begin to pay gratitude for each and every last one of them and the love that you share, the time that you spent, and the memories that you made. And as you begin to review this list of names, the list of names of the people that you love and adore, those that you're most grateful for, I invite you to notice where your name fell on the list. Where did your name fall on the list of the people that you're most grateful for, the people that you love and adore? If for some reason your name did not make the list, I invite you to put it at the very top, for you are an amazing human being. I mean, amazing from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet, beautifully created to do wonderful things. So, of course, we should be grateful for you. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful for me. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful for me. When you're ready, we'll begin to bring movement back into the body. Begin to circle your wrist one way, and then the other way. And we'll do the same with the feet, circled in one way, and then the other way. And when you're ready, you'll stretch your arms overhead, flex your toes, awaken to how awesome you truly are. And then you'll bring your feet to the mat and then lift them up and bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Tell yourself, I love you, self. For the better you love yourself, the better you can love everyone else around you, depending upon that love. And when you're ready, you'll take both knees over to the right. Allow your whole body to follow. And we'll come into a seated position, crisscross applesauce. You can rock from side to side. And we'll settle in. And on the next inhale, you'll lift your fingertips up. And on the exhale, you'll bring your hands to your heart. And together we'll take 3 deep breaths. Everybody inhale and exhale. Inhale love for yourself and exhale love for one another. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful. May the divine always bless and keep you. And may his grace forever and ever shine upon you and grant you a peace that surpasses all understanding. Go now and be all that you were created to be, and know that the divine in me absolutely loves and appreciates and respects the divine in each and every last one of you. Namaste.
Namaste, Ebony.
Thank you, awesome.
You know, I think that namaste, that wellness, loving kindness blessing really encapsulates what Black Lives Matter means.
Yeah.
Is just, I see you. I see that you were divine and holy and wonderfully made, just like I am. And that's the bottom line, you know?
Indeed.
Um,
Yeah.
it also made me think about how in yoga we talk so much about how precious and what a gift the breath is, the breath of life. And right now with COVID and also thinking about those words, I can't breathe. I just don't know that I'll ever think about breath the same way again. It is such a precious gift, and something that we all have the right to is breath.
Yeah, indeed. Absolutely correct. The breath is one of the most powerful things, powerful tools that we can use to embody who it is that we truly are. And that's the only way that we're going to come to a place where everybody is treated like a human being.
Yeah.
Is that when we begin to recognize the divine within ourselves and know that when you see other people, that is just truly a reflection.
That's right. And I feel like this moment in time is our chance to try again, begin again. As we say in yoga, when we were doing this thing, I fell over and lost balance like I often do. And I just think about how in yoga we say, if you fall, it's okay. Begin again, begin again. And I feel like our nation and society as it is at a time of beginning again. And that's my prayer for all of us, especially this weekend, that we may truly decide to make it an Independence Day when everyone gets the same right to be free and have life, and that we can begin again as a new nation. Anyway, that's where my mind goes in metaphors while we're doing yoga.
I absolutely love it. I hope that, people take this as an opportunity to really, realize, how privileged, that you can be, and how you can use that privilege, to help to be a voice for those who don't have that right or that opportunity, and in that way, and then us coming together in that way, then truly we will begin to see, a space, or create a space where everybody can be free.
Yes, may it be so. And that just reminds me, of the word advocate. That advocate, I can use my voice for someone else that can't use theirs right now, and that's my job. So, but I appreciate you strengthening me for my work and all of the people that are watching for their work, because all of us are doing this work together, this work of anti-racism together, whether it's in short conversations with our family members, or as we teach our children to see and love and embrace color. And I feel so strongly about and appreciative of the work that you're doing to empower especially young Black girls to love themselves and their image. And I think that's so important.
It is vital.
Yeah. So thank
Yeah.
you. I'm a preschool teacher, and when my children come into the classroom, which has been a long time now, but I sing a song, come sit on the rug, sit on the rug and give yourself a hug. Say, I love me. And they all say, I love me. And then I'll say, Miss Manders loves me too. Miss Manders loves me too. But just that importance of every day, making sure you love yourself. So thank you for reminding us to do that.
It is my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Ebony, take care of yourself. And when will you be back in Dallas?
August the 1st.
Okay. Well, I hope the rest of this month, and I hope when you get back, things are safer so we could do something in person with you.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay. Well, namaste and peace be with you.
Peace and blessings.
Thank you so much.